Today we are in our personal home in our Sport Court addition, and we wanted to chat about why we built what we did, how to think outside the box, and some costs of what goes into an addition if you guys are thinking about one of your own. So how many years ago did we do our Sport Court?
Completed it in 2021.
Okay.
So going on year 4.
Yep. And then we kind of, during the pandemic too, we were like, we need more space. We wanted something, not just for our kids, but our entire family to enjoy.
Yeah.
And so when we first started designing this out too, we started thinking about what we'd use it for. We started thinking about bigger picture too, and exterior, our landscaping. One thing I've always wanted is a pool addition, and we wanted this to flow with our home, flow with our exterior, and have it functional for the whole family. I think one thing about, especially in the Midwest and Minnesota, is that when people are thinking about a sport court, they're typically thinking about just a basketball court. When we wanted to also kind of push the envelope a little bit in design and showcase things that our family truly does love. We're not big basketball players, and one of the first things you told me is, what did you want in here?
Well, my initial want was like a foam pit.
Yes.
With our trampoline, obviously, but I wanted like a BMX ramp in here too. Mm-hmm. Growing up, I was a BMX rider, and I thought that'd be cool and like a cool way for our boys to get into it.
Yeah, which I think still it would be cool. And I always say, even though it's been a few years, I'm like, this space has truly been like a transition. So the first thing we got, like, we built the shell and then we put the trampoline inside.
Going back to that, like the design portion, I knew we wanted a trampoline, so I like pushed the height of it up as high as we could. That way, when you're on the trampoline, there would not be any way you could touch the ceiling.
Yep.
I've tried, I can't quite get to it.
Are you close?
Well, I thought I was gonna break my legs off, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trying to get to it. Another thing too is, like, you wanted to incorporate windows, and the visual curb appeal was really important to you.
Yeah, so our addition comes off like the side of our home, where a lot of times when they do them, they put them off like the back or like off the back of the garage.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the room that I wanted, so we made ours go off the right if you're looking at the front of our house. And then we incorporated a lot of windows to make it look like it would flow. And from the outside, you can't really tell that it's a Sport Court addition.
Yeah, and I was laughing too, because when we started talking about this and we shared it online, a lot of people were like, you can't put windows in there, you're gonna break it. And we've literally never broke it until just about a month ago.
But
and it was like a freak accident too. I was like, really?
yeah, and we didn't want it to be like a full like cubed area with no natural light, no windows. We wanted it to feel like you're outside too.
Right. Yeah, we wanted to feel very, like, I don't want to say to get our wellness back too, but a little bit. So the few things that we incorporated is the trampoline. We did a golf simulator that Jamie for sure wanted. And then it's our gym area as well. And then it's the boys' gaming room, so where they have their Xboxes and different things like that. And we have design plans for a little foam pit and a little play area, but we're just kind of waiting. And what we say, and we say this to a lot of clients too, but you're always in a different season. So a lot of things we've done in this space is so that it can change with the season of life that we're in. For example, Jamie even made this staircase because he wanted,
I wanted it safe for like younger kids to be able to walk up, get on without falling off the trampoline.
Right. And this easily can move, and it doesn't have to stay put right here. So yes, it takes a lot of space, but I can't imagine not having it. Another element too that's a little bit different, I guess, but a lot of times with sports courts, people have just a window that they can look out of within their home. And we actually made a balcony landing area from our upstairs so that we can walk out for the adults, check on the kids when they're all over here playing, yell at them to come up or stop fighting, and so on. And then we hired a local artist to come in and paint our brand colors. We kind of gave her free reign to come up with a design that she wanted. But that's actually one of my favorite features. And she kind of made a She said it was like go-kart inspired because our kids just run around on the go-karts, the race carts constantly, whether it's inside or outside. And they do have their bikes in here, they have their rollerblades in here, and now constantly we have hockey set up in here too. So do you want to chat pricing, just super high level, and what, if someone was going to add on an addition here in the Midwest, Minnesota, what that would look like?
So pricing is kind of a difficult question to get into until you have like all the details. But for our personal addition, we put about $150,000 into it.
We do have a full blog post too that we'll link to that you guys can see, and we have every line item on there and what the pricing of it is.
But you have to remember too, like me as the contractor, we did a lot of the work. We hired out items too, but we weren't making any kind of money on top of that. So if I were to hire a contractor to build ours right now, I would say it's probably about $200,000.
Yep. And then, not that this is a shell of a box, but we didn't have any plumbing, we didn't have a bathroom that we were hooking up. Yeah. So there's a lot of additional features that you could look at within your Sport Court Edition.
So with any addition, you have to tie into your heating and cooling system. So we have a single vent and then a return vent for this room, but we knew it wouldn't be enough. So we actually had to add a mini split unit, which is its own thing, which I actually kind of like, because then we can control this area completely separate from our home. And part of the reason why we have like exterior doors up there, we can truly like keep this place separate.
Separate, yeah. But I'd say too, with the natural light that we get in here, we get so much sunlight, so it's also
keeps it pretty warm. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it keeps it really warm. It's also a place that I will come and take a nap right in the sunshine, and it feels, even in the winter months, I'm like, that's when I'm doing it. I'm like, it feels so nice in here. Like the temperature is truly, I think, perfect for what we use it for too. So we've never had any issues with the heating and cooling. One thing too, we did end up putting engineered hardwood floors in our home that not a lot of people do. They usually put some sort of
Sport Court flooring.
Yeah, Sport Court flooring in, which would you say, like for pricing wise?
I think the court flooring is generally more expensive, but we wanted to carry this floor out to really tie in with what we have existing and make it not feel like an addition, but make it feel like it was already there.
Yeah, and a lot of questions we've got too is just like, doesn't it scratch? And aren't you worried then like kids can't roughhouse as much? But honestly, I'm like, we have let our kids just do their thing, go to town. Sure, I'm sure there's scratches all over the place, but none that we've noticed at all. And
when we knew like,
yeah,
it's for play.
Yeah, we knew there was going to be
scratches. Scratched, like whatever, it wasn't a big deal.
Right, and we've set up different areas where we put mats down and the golf simulator area as well. All right, anything to add on our addition that you'd want to share? Questions you've had?
Well, I think if you're thinking about doing one for your own home, is really narrowing in on how you're going to use the area. Like Morgan mentioned, typically people think, oh, a basketball court. We don't have a basketball hoop in here. Maybe eventually we'll add one because our boys kind of show interest in wanting that. But build it around how you're going to use it, and then
yeah, and I think being able to pivot within the seasons of life that you're going through, and I 100%, no doubt in my mind, know that you'll get an ROI, a return on investment on it, and make sure to hire and work with a good designer, architect, and contractor who all work together to make sure that you're building for exactly what your home lifestyle needs.